DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Hey, hope you're all well. It is Monday. And Monday, as you know by now, is a day that I end up usually doing a couple tags. So, as usual, I'll be starting with Jasmine's tag. Hi, Jasmine. And I'm outside. I hurried up outside. It's been raining all day. And as you can see from behind me, the sky is gray. But yeah, anyway, so let's just hurry up and do these tags. Okay, so Jasmine's tag, as usual, is a 5-question tag. So let's see. Finally, I didn't take too much time to listen to them. I watched Jasmine's answers, but then I thought I'd take more time to think about it. But finally, I did it. So let's just go and start. Question 1: something you would like but cannot afford. Well, let me see. Logger's itch. I had been hoping actually to use some of the money that I had put aside, like for years and years and years, with a pension fund, maybe some travel and stuff like that. But finally, our heating system died, so I ended up having to spend. So that's something I did not want, but and well, I was going to say I had to put the money there. So let me see. Something that I would like. But cannot afford. I'm trying to think right now. I'd like to do a few trips, but I can't afford that. That's not maybe an actual thing. Otherwise, to be very frank, I sometimes feel I've got all I need, at least for the moment. But yeah, something I can't afford right now would be a nice vacation trip to Ireland. Yeah. And if it's a thing that I would like right now that I could not afford, I would probably, at one point I was thinking about buying a really nice telescope and take some really good pictures of not only of the moon, of the planets. The moon I can do actually pretty good even with my camera and my lenses, but a really fancy telescope to take pictures, like I say, of planets and stuff like that. But like a big one, something like that. I mean, something that really can do the job, not just like a kiddie telescope, if I could call it that way. Yeah, that's pretty expensive, and right now I can't really afford that. Okay, question 2. Something you've done for someone but had no thanks. You know what? Over life, there's been a lot of things that I've done for people where I've had no real thanks. I think the last one actually is it, but it's kind of like let me see, no thanks, because sometimes you get even a stab in the back when you help people. I think over at work, one of the positions I had in the past, I helped a person who was in a really bad state of mind and thought that she was going to lose her job, and I started mentoring her and helped her to move along in the position, and she did. There was a chance for an advancement, and I did everything I could actually to help the person, and at the end it was all her doing, and I never got a thank you whatsoever. And the person moved on, got promoted, and yeah, and the person would have been fired actually, but no. So yeah, something like that. That's not something like that. That's one example, and I can think of others. Yeah. Question 3. Would you rather live in space or under the sea, and why? That's an interesting thought. Um, because in a way, if you were in either place, if you were without life support, you'd die. Uh, you'd drown, or you'd for lack of breathing. But I actually think space. Um, I don't like water. I don't know. I'm like afraid. I love looking at the sea. I love walking on cliffs and stuff like that. But I can't swim really. I mean, I can, like a dog, like that. But there's something about the sea that I find actually rather scary. And in the space, you're above things, and in the sea, things are above you. So I think that's it. I mean, I would somehow feel that out in space. Yeah. With Captain Kirk. Yeah. Let's see now. Okay, so that's a weird question, but it's an interesting one in a way. Question 4. Well, that's even more weird. What would your entrance theme song be if you were a wrestler? I think it would be like maybe like Pirates of the Caribbean, walking in and prancing, and I could almost imagine something like that, being yeah, I don't know. I think Jasmine said Eye of the Tiger, but I will say Pirates of the Caribbean, and I walk around, yeah. Have you ever seen? I guess you might have to be British or living in Europe, but there was Strictly Come Dancing a few years back. There was Johannes Radaby and John Waite, who did Pirates of the Caribbean in their dance together, and it was absolutely fantastic. And since it was like Pirates of the Caribbean, you could almost imagine wrestlers walking around with that theme, something like that. Yeah, that'd be the one. Okay. Question 5. Oh, completely out of register. How do you handle arguments? Not always easily. I mean, when I say that, I try to appease, and that's not always easy. I mean, I don't usually try to break through. I try to maybe sometimes I tend the other cheek a little bit too often, but arguments are something that I guess it depends how easily you are with confronting people, and that's not always an easy thing now, is it? But the thing is, I've seen with time is that if you let something fester, it gets worse. So sometimes it's better just to have the argument, have it out, and hopefully it'll heal. But it's not easy. It's not an easy thing. I find that handling an argument, you can see how I'm struggling even just to talk about it, because it's one of those things where it means that you have some type of confrontation, and you do have to solve it, and that's a whole part of leadership roles, which can be complicated, because when you handle an argument, it means that somebody normally would have to win, or you have to find a compromise. And as somebody said once, a compromise is both people lose. So it's you got to try and search for that win-win, and that's what I usually try to do, is search for a win-win. And it's really not easy, because usually there is not a win-win in those things. So yeah, but that is how I do it. I'm more of a person that does not try to have an argument. Okay, we're up to 10 minutes. So that'll be it. Thank you very much, Jasmine. Not always easy to answer. But anyway, I did my best. DC signing off. Take care, everybody, and have a good week. Bye-bye.